Matt Overman,
Josh Levine,
Juno Niagam. I am a coach,
trainer,
and mentor here at Fortis Academy.
The Complete Athlete program works in a bunch of different ways. Number one, of course, players first come to us because they want to become better athletes. But more importantly, we also look at the total athlete. What that means is we look at what they're doing in school academically. We look at leadership training because we want individuals who are interested in being leaders, not only on their teams, but in school and in life.
The Complete Athlete program argues that hockey players should get off the ice when they're done with their seasons, and they should take their skates off and they need to rest and recover. Instead of being on the ice, they need to work on athleticism in the gym that is complementary to hockey, that helps them improve in hockey, but also helps them just develop a really wide athletic base so that in the future they're more adaptable when they need to change their game slightly to manipulate the game as it changes. New tactics are going to be introduced, new methodologies are going to be introduced, and those athletes that are adaptable are going to be the ones that succeed. We do a lot of gymnastics-inspired core training, we do TRX training, soccer training, get the soccer balls out, which is really good for hockey players to work on coordination and balance. A variety of different work to help the athletes cross-train, which will help with injury prevention, but then also develop a really wide athletic base, which will help them, as I said, when they get older.
So here at Fortis Academy, we like to train for athleticism. And what we mean by that is we like to train not only just in your aspect of your own sport. We tend to think that an all-around athlete is usually more successful in their particular sport. For example, whether you're a hockey player, we find a lot of benefit in working on skills that you might think could benefit a soccer player, working on foot skills and foot coordination, something that you might not get elsewhere. Developing that all-around athletic ability, we find tends to benefit you much more in that particular sport that you are playing.
Training for sport-specific strength is an interesting topic because it really depends on the age of the athlete. So if you're talking about a sport like gymnastics or figure skating, earlier specialization in a sport and then training for it, that makes sense because those sports and those athletes, they tend to be more competitive at younger ages. For other sports like hockey, lacrosse, soccer, really almost every other sport, sport-specific training should start later in life. Now for hockey players, that should usually start anywhere from 13 to 16, depending on the individual, puberty, things like that, when they sort of come of age and when their muscles and skeletal structure start to develop for that type of training. So sport-specific training, once you're at that age, can be pretty important. But generally speaking, if you are just training for athleticism, you just want to be a strong and fit athlete. You don't necessarily want to specialize.
We incorporate leadership training, character training into everything we do in our Complete Athlete program. We feel that the gym and sport in general is a vehicle for teaching leadership, for teaching character and pointing out those difficult life lessons. In addition, we utilize Google Classroom, and we use that online platform with our athletes to give them leadership assignments that they need to do on their own. And then we couple that with talks with the athletes, quick 5-minute talks with the athletes after workouts or on the ice. And we just infuse all of that training into our program so that kids are getting it not only at home in conversations then with their parents after they finish their homework, but then also with us as coaches throughout our workouts in the gym and afterwards when we do our talks together as a training family.
Some of our most important values, I would say, is number one, be hardworking. Number two, be a good teammate. And number three, just always strive to be better. Just continue to push yourself. Have a positive mindset all the time, and it makes you a pleasant person to be around. And I think it'll help you achieve greater heights.